Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. First of all, my name is Jimena. I'm a business advisor associate in partner relations. I've been with PCV for almost 2 years and started as a relationship manager. And again, I'll pass it over to my colleague.
Hi everyone, my name is Beverly Zambrano, and similar to Jimena, have been with PCV for almost 2 years. I'm also a business advising associate, and we're excited that you're here with us today.
Yeah, so today we'll go over getting started as a PCV business advisor. So again, thank you so much for being here and for volunteering or potentially volunteering with us to help our small business owners. So today's agenda, we'll go over how business advising works, mentorship expectations, how to be a great business advisor, some resources that we have available for y'all, other ways to get involved, and then questions and answers. So to begin, how business advising works. First, you're logged into our businessadvising.org website, where you will register and complete an online application. So in this, we just want to know sort of your background, what your expertise is in, your interests, and things like that. So it's really important to complete this profile because this is what the small business owner will see when we are in the process of matching you with someone. So after completing this, you will then schedule a one-on-one phone call with our relationship manager, just to set clear expectations for both parties. We'll get to know your skills a little bit better and also what you're looking for from our program. So after that, our team uses a sophisticated matching algorithm to identify the best pairing, and then we facilitate the match. So we'll create a match proposal, sort of to explain why we believe it's a good match. And then in this, you'll read our proposal, and you'll also have the chance to look through the small business owner's profile. So the same way that you completed one, they also complete one. So you'll be able to look through it and then decide if it would be a good match for you. If you believe it's a good match and then the small business owner also agrees, you both will schedule a time to connect that works best for your schedule. And then after that first kickoff call, you'll receive a survey the next day, just with a couple of questions. It takes about 3 minutes to complete it. Well, it's in order for us to know if you guys were able to meet, sort of what topics you went over, and if you like the match or not. And if you have any additional questions or comments, then this is where you would put them. All right, so the first thing after you have your onboarding call, you will wait for an email from us. So this is our match proposal email. This is a preview of one. The title will always be "Congratulations from PCV, you've been matched." Like I said before, you'll have the opportunity to read our proposal and also check the small business owner's profile. If you feel like it's not a good match, you are not forced to accept. You can let us know why you believe it's not a good match for you. Perhaps it's not in an industry that you're familiar with, and that's okay. The more information we have on who you will feel comfortable in advising, the better we will do when matching you the next time. So advisors are sounding boards and thought partners. Something that I always love to sort of say and compare it to is like in a football game where the entrepreneurs are the football players, the experienced football players, and then you guys are the coach. So the entrepreneurs know their clients best and know their area best, their business best, and you guys are just there to sort of give them that push and provide them your expertise as well to get them to that next level. So we ask of you to be available between 3 to 5 hours per month. It really depends on both of your flexibility. I know we've seen some mentorships that go over the 5 hours and some that go less than 3, and that you typically happens during the high seasons, like winter holidays and things like that. The most important part from this is just keeping that open communication. We know things happen, and especially during the summer. We like to go on vacation, and that's completely acceptable. So let your entrepreneur know and your relationship manager know that perhaps this month is not the best month for us to meet. So just give that little summer pause, and then we will continue when you get back. So the small business owner is expected to drive the mentorship, but we also encourage you to play a proactive role in this. So what we mean by this and what we tell our entrepreneurs is that we would expect for them to give you that first phone call when you meet, and to also schedule any follow-up meetings and come to the meetings prepared. But also it doesn't say that if you don't receive a phone call that you can't reach out to them to make sure that everything's okay, or maybe something happened, and it's a team effort here as well. We also have a code of conduct that you'll be able to review once you onboard, and we'll send you those additional resources. So this is really important to us, one of them being our zero tolerance policy for racist or sexist views. And like I said earlier, the surveys are really important to us. It keeps us updated on your mentorship. You'll receive your first survey the day after your kickoff call. Like I said, it has simple questions like, were you able to meet? What topic did you go over? Rate it from 1 to 5. If you have any additional comments, and you can provide them. And then after that survey, you'll start receiving them monthly. So this goes a bit more in depth, like how many hours a month did you meet? Do you have any updates for us? So this is the part that we love to read. When we see a really successful mentorship, we also like to promote it on our social media and our newsletters, just so people can see, the importance of this program. And also, if something were to go bad, or if maybe you just haven't heard from an entrepreneur, or you need additional resources from us, if you can always reach out to your relationship manager via email or text message or phone call. But if you forget and then this survey reminds you to do that, then you can also voice any concerns or things like that through the survey.
And now we're going to go into how to be a great advisor. So in any relationship, there's going to be the piece of being able to trust each other. So business owners, a lot of times, especially, they've worked really hard to get started, building that trust piece, with their creation, sharing that with you. On your end, that patience piece also, being humble. You're there to teach, as Jimena mentioned, kind of the analogy to being a coach with the team. You're using your skills and helping strengthen theirs, or guiding them the areas that they can continue to grow. Being confident with what you know, and also going back to that trust piece, being transparent if there is any area that maybe you don't feel too strong in. Being punctual, being respectful of each other's time, and if something does come up, because life happens occasionally, just making sure that that is communicated. So communication is key, which we will jump into a little bit later. Listen to your small business owner and ask questions to help them think through their options. Sometimes, well, actually, we don't know what we don't know. So through asking questions, having those conversations, you get those thoughts flowing. And sometimes you do arrive at that point where it's like, okay, this is maybe where we would like to focus first. Another part is in our platform, we have Q&A, could participate in the discussion panel there. Going back to communication is key with the small business owner that you're supporting, as well as with your relationship manager. Again, as it was covered, if there's anything that comes up, you feel like it's maybe not a right fit, whatever it is, just being sure to communicate that with the relationship manager, or if there's something that you want to address with a small business owner, but you're not quite sure how to bring that to the table, you could reach out and we'd be happy to help facilitate the discussion also. And then at the end, before wrapping up your mentorship, having that closeout meeting. And at the end, we will also share a survey so we could learn what else we could learn from that experience. And also if you're ready and open to work with additional small business owners. And then next slide. And then we go into resources. So with PCV, a big part is building community for both our small business owners and also for advisors. So we do have a LinkedIn group for advisors in our program, and it's a nice way to connect with other people that are volunteering their time, sharing their skills and their experience with small business owners. We have our webinar calendar where we will, for instance, post events like this one. And we have our YouTube channel where we post the recordings of those events. And going back to the webinar calendar, occasionally we do post some partner events in case they have webinars or workshops that you might find relevant to yourself. Our mentorship handbook, that will be a guide. There's a Q&A section, and both the small business owner and the advisor have access to the same guide. So you could also use it as a reference if anything comes up during the mentorship and you would like to refer back to it, in addition to the code of conduct and anything else that was previously shared. Success stories. We love learning from the experiences that you have as your mentor. And we have success stories that we're happy to share. We post those in our newsletter and also share on social media. Kind of going back to that trust piece where I mentioned, small business owners are creating their businesses, and it's something that people will often protect a lot. Occasionally, you may find some people that will request an NDA, or even on the advisor side. So we have a link to a template there also. If you're having any issues with the platform, we have the Everwise Support Center. If there's anything that maybe your relationship manager can't address, you could find additional support there. And then we do have workshops for advisors, and I'll dive into that in a later slide. And within the platform Everwise, if you're not sure who is your relationship manager, there are a few ways to check. One is through the email where you receive the match proposal. The other one is if you go under path, you could see who's your relationship manager on the lower left-hand corner. There are also articles that you could find in the platform and share those with your mentee. You could also schedule your meetings, take notes, and participate in the discussion board. And then going back to that cohort piece, here you see our Good Jobs Advisor cohort, which we currently have going on, already started late last month. And you'll see a few different topics focused around creating good jobs, because it not only helps the business owner, but in the grander scheme of things, it also helps the community. So you'll see some topics there like cultural competency, leadership and best practices, and so on. And then on the left-hand side, you see our YouTube page, again, where we post recordings from sessions like this one that's available to the public to view at a later time. And then additional ways to get involved. One, again, the community board. Sometimes advisors may post questions as well as small business owners. It just really helps to have more people, being each other's resources to share information there. If you know anyone who you feel would make a great advisor, everyone has skills that they can contribute, please invite them to our next information session. We hold these quarterly, or feel free to share our website so they could learn more. And if you personally have not signed up yet, we are including a link, so you're also welcome to sign up and get started being an advisor to a small business owner in the program. And then additional resources, the team directly. So we have our program manager, Daniel Wada, the associates, Jimena and I, as well as Cara. And then the relationship managers, these are the people that you will interact with directly. So when you sign up, you have your onboarding call, you will connect with one of them, and they will be the ones to send out that match proposal and support you along the way through the mentorship. If you have any questions, concerns, again, needing help facilitating a conversation, there will be that line, that first line of communication. And then any questions? If there's anything that comes up, questions, concerns, curiosities, you just want to learn more, please don't hesitate to contact either Jimena or me, or if you have a relationship manager, you're also welcome to reach out to your relationship manager directly. And we will be following up with an email so you have access to the information that we shared today. Thank you all for coming. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye, everyone.